Hi, welcome to XP-Pen 6 Weeks Animator Incubation. In this lesson, I'm gonna show you how to do a jump in Cartoon Animator with a little bit of anticipation. This is the end result you're gonna be able to do. Look at this. Just this character preparing to jump and then jumping. All right, so let's get on with it. In here, we're going to apply again pose to pose. The lesson is focused on the anticipation, but the method we're gonna use is pose to pose, as we saw with the walk cycle. In here, we're going to apply it for an anticipation. Now, the jumping action is really fast, so the frames in there we're not going to put in betweens because it happens so fast. All the animation, it goes before. So let's get it started. If you want to follow along, open this file, jump with anticipation, start. And all we have is this character. I'm going to the playback buttons, and then I'm going to activate the looping action. And look, right now, nothing is happening. We're barely going to start. Okay, so for this, we're going to be using two animations. One animation is going to be the bones, where the character moves, and another animation is the transform animation, where we can take that character and move it as an object. So one is all the movements the character does, and when he jumps, we're gonna animate the transform, so we can transport this character from here to here, like whoop, and jumps. All right, so let's get it started. I'm gonna start by going to the bottom and then select to show the timeline. Now I'm going to pick this character, and then I'm going to click on motion. All right, now let me zoom in, and this is gonna be the first position. So let's go part by part. We're gonna start by setting up the extremes, from where to where to where. And then we're gonna start putting all the in-betweens, which is gonna be the passing poses, and then the in-betweens, all right? So let's start with the key poses. Well, actually the extremes. The first one is going to be in here. Let me take this keyframe. I right click, and then it's out of the screen, but below it says transition curve. And then I'm going to have it as step. Remember, we want this so it feels as if we are drawing them and we're traveling through the drawings. So let's have it there, the step. And then I'm going to put the next one. I don't know exactly the timing we're gonna be choosing, but I'm just going to select, for example, in here for no particular reason other than just having these kind of milestones. Each one of those marks 10 frames, so I'm just gonna put it there. Later we're gonna play with the timing, but for now let's just put it here, and this is gonna be the other extreme. I press K, and then I'm going to position this character in fast forward. Oh, by the way, before I move, I want to move the hip, but before I do that, I want to lock the feet, so now she can bend down like this. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna pose this character in fast forward. For the torso, I want to rotate it, but when you pick it, it doesn't let you rotate it unless you disable the constraints. So I'm gonna disable it so I can have her crouch, because this is the position I want for her, just so in case you were struggling. Now for the neck, when it has the constraints on, it doesn't allow you to rotate it. So for this one, I activate the constraints. So you're gonna see me activate and deactivate the constraints according to what I need. In this case, when you cannot rotate it, just disable it. If you cannot rotate it and it's disabled, enable it. Okay, so let me rotate the head a little bit, and then I continue in fast forward. Right there. Okay, so we go from here to here, but I don't want any transition, so let me scroll up and then right click, transition curve, and then step. So I can see it as two drawings from here to here. And then I'm just going to add the next key pose, well actually the other extreme pose, on frame 20. Again, I'm not thinking on the timing right now. I just want to see the drawings every 10 frames. So I'm going to take this one, Control C to copy, then go to this part, frame 20, and paste it. Now I just modify this, and I'm going to pose her in fast forward. So let's play it. Let's see what we have. And let me go to the beginning. Alrighty. So yes, having these three, I'm going to start playing with the timing because now I can start to visualize. It goes from there to here and then boop, it jumps. So let's start playing. I'm gonna move the keyframes around. Okay, this one looks a little bit better. Like this. Okay, yeah, she gets ready and then boom, she jumps. Maybe I want her to take a little bit longer getting ready. How about in the middle of those? And also move this. I think right there works great. Yeah, it's like tuck, 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 and then she jumps. Tuck, tuck. Very good. All right. So later we're gonna fix this because look at this. I'm going to start jumping from one keyframe to the next, pressing tab and shift tab. So look at this. Right now, this here, the feet is here, and then it slides. So later we're gonna fix this and move her to the correct position, but not right now. Right now we want to focus on only the bone animation. Okay, so what we want now is to start putting some frames in between, and that is going to be the frame in between this one and this one. So we want to put something in the middle of those two. I'm gonna do that in fast forward. Now, here's a tricky thing. The character is going from here to here, right? So the middle point would be having the hands around here, right? You cannot see it, but let me just actually draw it. This is the face. So she's going from here to here, right? So the natural thing would be to put it in between those two, right? But that's not what I want to do in terms of timing. I want her to do this and then move the hands really fast. So the in-between is going to have for the hands just going a little bit down, but just a little bit. And then really fast she's going to go back. Okay, so just a little explanation in there for this decision. Okay, around there. Yeah, like this. Look, this pose is her just getting in position, but not in between. It's not exactly in between because she's just getting ready. In here, she's getting ready to get more ready. So let's do this. The next one is going to be in between those two. And now this one is actually when she's about to jump. So in between here and here. Okay, so it's from there to there. And that one is, yes, the hands are going to go to the middle. And now for the arms, we have kept them a little bit flexed, but when they are moving forward, I want them to be stretched. Okay, so that's why for this one, for this movement, they are gonna be completely stretched like this. Right there. This is what we have so far. Oh, let me just change the curves. I right click on that keyframe, then transition curve. It's out of the screen, but it's there. And then I'm gonna change it to step. So now I can visualize it. There you go. You can see how this animation is starting to get some shape. Okay, there you go. Yes, I like it. It's playing from here. And actually for the jump, it has to be really fast. So for this action, it's taking too much. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this keyframe. I'm going to take this one. I just click, make sure it's motion transform, and then click there. This is the master keyframe. Let me explain again. If I move this one is taking all the other keyframes for the body. So I just click there, copy, and then I'm going to paste it around really close, like maybe there. This is frame 33. And then I'm going to take this one and put it in between. This is going to be maybe there. Let's see. I'm gonna see the timing here. Yes, now it feels more like a jump. So you can see how having this system using steps and holding the frame, we're starting to visualize as if this was traditional animation. Look. Yes, now that this has a better timing. Tick, tick. And what I did here is hold this position, right? It's held from here to here, and then it's going to change. Now, there's a concept that you're gonna learn in the next lessons called the moving hold. I'm just going to apply it here. The moving hold is just having the character, instead of just freezing there, you freeze it instead of like that, because it's alive. The moving hold looks more like this. And it's moving a little bit, just a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do here. So from here, frame 25 to frame, okay, this one is 33. I'm just going to do some little adjustments of having her even a little bit more ready. Yes, look at that. From here to here. It's very subtle, but it's there. So, yes, now it makes a lot of sense. It feels like a jump. All right, so now let's put the ones that go in between. I'm gonna go in between those two, which is going to be maybe around there. This is frame 7, if you're following up. And now I'm gonna have her in between this one. Well, actually, let me first copy. It's going to be, I'm gonna copy this one. Copy, and then put it, what was it, frame 7? Yes. Okay, now, oh, I took only the torso. Let me delete that keyframe, go to the top, and select the master keyframe, motion, transform. I just Control C, and then go to frame 7 and paste it. There you go. Now, I'm going to have her a little bit in between standing up and in between crouching. So let me do this in fast forward. And this one is not locked. Let me undo and take the hip. Oops. Activate the constraints. And then, oh, I needed the constraints. Like, take a look at this. These are locked, right? But, but if I have the constraints off, then she can be floating. So let's be careful with that. I'm going to activate them. And now I can move the hips and have her standing up a little bit. Okay, let's see. She's starting to get to crouch. Let me make some adjustments a little bit to the pose. And I think that does it. Let's see from here. Yes, it's very, as you can see, I had this pose a little bit closer to this one because I kind of want her in terms of timing to get like decelerating from here to, yes, it's favoring this position. And then the other in between, and we're gonna be done. The one that goes around here. It's on frame, just the one in between these two. Let me point to them. Just the one in between those two. Let me put this in fast forward. Remember, when you move the hips and you want to move it up and down, just make sure you have the constraints on. Okay, let me continue. And there it is. Let's see. Yes. That's gonna be the animation, basically. She's getting ready. And as you can see, let's take a few notes in here. From here to here, it's almost the same. So let me just make an adjustment because I'm paying attention to how the hip moves. And you can see that it's kind of zigzagging. It goes, look, it goes from here. It goes to look, from here it goes in and then back. So it's kind of zigzagging. The one that is zigzagging is this one. This went a little bit to this side. Pay attention. Frame number 19, like all the hips are going this way, and then this way to get ready. But only frame 19 goes to the front. Look, it's here, and then it goes back. Actually, we can see it here. -11, -14, 12. It should go to 15 probably. 18, yeah, let's just move this a little bit back to around 15. That's all the adjustment. It has to go lower. 11, 14, 15, 18. Well, actually, maybe one more. Nope, down. And then here. Okay, let's see it again. Yes, now it's making sense. All right. It's a little bit complicated, but to be honest, that's what makes it fun. At least for me, this makes it really fun. So all we need to do now is start adding the in-betweens, all of those. Now, again, when it's traditional animation, you have to go in and then draw frame by frame in between. But in here, we just activate the linear curves. I mean the transitions. So let's go to each one, and we're gonna start by making all of them linear, and then we're gonna start playing with this. But for now, make sure you are on motion transform. So this is the master. Then just change everything to linear, and then we're gonna play with the timing. All right, let's see. Yes, it's kind of working. Okay, let's see. Okay, in here, this movement is really weird. From here, this pose is wrong. There's something wrong in there. Let's see it again. It's kind of getting the neck in, like in here it's out, and then the neck goes in and then goes out. So let me fix the neck right there. Okay, another problem I found is the torso after reviewing a couple of times. Let's see it again. I think that's it. Okay, now we can change the timing. So as you can see, when I changed to linear, I started spotting some errors. But now it's fixed, and now I'm going to start changing the timings. So for this frame, I'm going to right click and then transition curve. Again, it's outside, but you know it's there. And then let's try with accelerate. I'm gonna just play it. No, accelerate doesn't, decelerate doesn't work. Let's try this one. Well, actually smooth. Let's see how it looks with smooth. It kind of looks good. Let's try accelerate. Accelerate, I think I like it. Then she kind of holds in there, and then she keeps holding, and then decelerate. So basically, from all this motion, I want from here to accelerate. I mean to start fast and then slow down at the end. So I'm going to select decelerate. Let's see. Yes, that looks organic. All right, I'm liking it. All right, now let's select the next one, which is in here, and I'm going to see what happens if I select smooth. It feels a little bit stiff. Let's select accelerate. It feels also weird. Okay, this one is accelerate. Number 25 is accelerate, but it should be decelerate. I made a mistake in there. Okay, yes. And then this one right here is accelerate. Let's see. It feels weird. I'm going to change it to decelerate, maybe it's weird because this one is decelerate and then decelerate again. But I mean, it's just very small movement. Let's see. I do like it. Okay, now for this one, when it's moving from here to here, I want to zoom, speed up. So let's select accelerate. Yes. And then finally, for this one, for when she jumps, there's a lot of movement. Let's see if decelerate works. Yeah. Whoop. Very good. I think I like it there. Now, all we have to do is do the jump. But as you can see, look at this. All we had to do was follow some steps and look how far we've gotten. Now, all we need to do is to add the jump, moving this as an object. So I'm gonna click on transform, and now let's see from where she starts jumping. Okay, it's from frame 45, right there, all the way to frame 41, from there to here. Because look at this. I'm going to put this foot in this little corner, and I'm going to zoom in for this. Look at this. This is where the feet should be, and look how slides back. That's wrong. So what I'm going to do is just start to put this in the correct place. I go to the middle and then put this in the correct place right there. And oops, actually, this is a mistake. Let me take it, delete it, go to frame 41 and then double click. So I add that as a keyframe. And then this one, double click, and then put this in this corner. I am focusing on that little corner from here, very good, to here. That's how it should be. Or maybe a little bit far. There you go, from here to here. Yeah, I think that one works. Now let's go one by one. It's gonna be a little bit of frame by frame, but it's worth it. It's going to help this animation look good. Yes, look at that. Now this is realistic. Nice. We are avoiding the sliding. So from here to, let's say, frame, I want it to be really fast. I'm gonna put it right there on frame 60. Then zoom out, and then I want this to jump in this trajectory, in this same trajectory from here, whoop, all the way to probably there. Let's see. That's too slow. I can speed it up if I just bring this in. Let's see. How about if I have her go even farther away? Let's see. So it's faster. Okay, I kind of feel that she gets stuck in here. So I'm just gonna take this keyframe and delete it so she starts flying. Yes. It's because I felt as if she was stretched, the whole body was stretched, but she was stuck. Let me undo so you can see. It goes like, and then starts flying. That felt weird. That there's like a little instant, it feels like she goes, and then she, I just feel that little pause that feels weird. So to fix it, I just took this keyframe and then delete it. And then let's see how this looks. And actually, how about if I also delete this one? No, we do need that one. That's where she's... I think that one works. Let's play it. Yeah. Okay, so let's see the whole animation. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit and play it. I feel like the direction should be a little bit more back. So instead of zooming out, I'm just moving this and focusing on this line. I'm just moving it. Let's play it again. Yes, and now we got it. That's it. So what we did was to do the animation pose to pose. and adding the anticipation for her jump. She gets ready and then she jumps. And that's it. I hope you learned a lot, and I'll see you in the next lesson.